let's go on to another rookie running back, Jahmyr Gibbs, who's going at RB10, 35th overall on both underdog and sleeper. And again, Fantasy Life ADP grid. It's linked below in the description. You should go check it out. We've got it for Underdog, we've got it for Yahoo, a bunch of other sites, and it's a really handy tool. Great for contextualizing how the draft boards play out. And you can see that Jahmyr Gibbs is going there one spot behind Josh Jacobs. Like, nobody really expected him to go as high as he did, but the landing spot, it's a great one. You know, they shipped out Jamal Williams, got rid of DeAndre Swift, and it seems to be a clear 1-2 punch between Gibbs and David Montgomery. Do you think that Gibbs is capable of having one of those kind of like Saquon Barkley type rookie seasons, or do you think that perhaps he's getting a little overvalued and maybe the value's more on David Montgomery's side of things?
Yeah, so with Gibbs, like, it's a little tougher, right, than what we have with Bijan because, you know, they paid David Montgomery. They're going to play him. You also have a coaching staff that's shown us and has a history of being associated with other coaching staffs where, like, if they have two good backs, they typically will use them both, right? Now, talent does trump all. We see coaches do this all. We thought that with Josh McDaniel, right? Shame on us. Right? Now, I'm not drafting Josh Jacobs, man. Josh McDaniel, he's going to use Brandon Bolden. Oh, my God, we're idiots. Yeah. And then he comes out and uses Josh Jacobs pretty much every down. But with Gibbs, like, I think in a PPR, you're safer. So people forget Alvin Kamara didn't even get 30% of the rushing attempts his rookie season with the Saints. He finished as the #3 running back in fantasy football, scored over 300 in fantasy points. Christian McCaffrey finished in full PPR as, I believe, the RB9 that year on a per game basis. And he didn't even have 30% of the carries with Jonathan Stewart still on the team. So even if you get that kind of scenario where Montgomery gets like 60% of the rushing attempts, 55%, I think Jahmyr Gibbs still has outs to give you a top 12 running back season and maybe even a little bit better than that. He was very good as a receiver in college. His closest comps in the running back supermodel were Alvin Kamara and Christian McCaffrey. A little bit lighter, obviously, than Kamara, but pretty close in size to McCaffrey, who's right around 205. Austin Eckler came in the league under 200 pounds. Jamal Charles, people forget, Jamal Charles was under 200 pounds. And so everybody just immediately wants to jump on the weight thing. I think he's close enough in that category. Like, we would love it if he weighed 10 more pounds, right? We would love it. But I think he can really pay off, especially in PPR formats. And if something happens to David Montgomery, oh my goodness, like, how high do we rank him every week? He might be the RB1 overall. And the other thing is, in the range of outcomes, is he's just so good that David Montgomery can't do anything about it. And suddenly this guy's getting 55, 60% of the work.
I mean, David Montgomery's not somebody who was ever an easy click for me during his time in Chicago, but with the Lions, it feels slightly easier, and he's coming at a cheaper cost, and I feel like, if anything, his upside has improved this year, so I've been drafting a little more David Montgomery.